Welcome to the Jibber Jabber podcast. I'm your host, Kevin, joined by J-Mac as always. And tonight we have a very special episode in store for you. We're going to be reviewing the highly anticipated film Cocaine Bear, directed by none other than Elizabeth Banks, based on a true story that's almost too wild to believe. Joining us tonight is the fantastic Craig Matthewman, who is not only a film enthusiast, but one of the most talented artists on this here planet. So, what is Cocaine Bear? Well, let me tell you this. The film has everything: black bears, drug smugglers, not bungee smugglers, J-Mac, the 1980s, and of course, a ton of cocaine. It's dark comedy meets adventure meets crime that's sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. And best of all, it's based on a true story that involves an actual black bear in Georgia who accidentally ingested over 70 smackaroonies of cocaine dropped from an airplane. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So buckle up and get ready for a wild ride as we dive into Cocaine Bear with our special guest, Craig Matthewman. Let's get gibbering and jabbering.
You're getting better at these intros.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Can I just ask quickly, just for reference, what is the conversion rate for macaroonies to kilos?
I'm still they're still figuring that one out.
Right, okay. It's still a work in progress, is it? You would think they wouldn't have started using that unit yet. You know what I mean?
They tried, mate. They tried. Hey, I've actually wanted to talk about this movie for some time. I think it kind of came in the cinema and left so quick that we never actually got a chance to really digest it. So I'm very happy that we're here tonight doing this instead of the Paranormal Partner, which we will catch up at some point with the next episode of the Paranormal Partner. When? Who knows? That's what's paranormal about it, right? But I'm really looking forward to this. Before we go ahead and chat about it, what you guys been up to? Everything all good?
Just enjoyed.
Matthew was like,
enjoyed 3 days avoiding the BBC, and I've been out painting my fence for the last 3 days, so that's been even more enjoyable.
Putting a Union Jack in it or something? Or? Well, I did get involved in the festivities, but it's nothing to do with the fact that I'm a royalist. I'm far from it. I just will take any opportunity and any excuse to get pissed, and that's exactly what I've done. They were nice enough at my work to honour this bank holiday as well, so I was like, well, I'm just going to take full advantage. So we had a wee street party with our old neighbours next door. When I say old, they're like mid-70s, and they get on it proper. They're a proper good laugh, this couple. Definitely. So it was all their pals, and then all folk for the street, and then their pals came, and their kids were all there. It was just pandemonium, but good fun. Good fun.
I saw a nice wee thing on. It was on Facebook, and it said it was like a map, like with a billion location points marked on it, of the map of the UK, and it said, "Here's a map of all the street parties taking place this weekend to celebrate the coronation." And he goes, "Nah, I'm just joking. That's all our food banks. Enjoy."
I saw that coming.
Syrian, but hey.
Funny thing is, there's probably folk that went to food banks to get stuff for the coronation parties. Do you know what I mean? That's an oxymoron, that one.
They got a Rangers tattoo on their neck.
I seen about 5-10 minutes, but Wayne came running through basically saying he was getting his sword and they handed him the big. I guess she's like, "What's that?" And I says, "Oh, that's a holy hand grenade." And I started trying to quote the Holy Grail. So he was like, "Count to 3, you must," all that stuff, and it just went out of DC. And I was like, "You know what? This is wasted." Holy hand grenade.
She just grounded her there, and then this is fucking wasted on you.
and then they brought out the big ring, and I was like, "He's not getting that on his finger." That was about as much yet I watched. That was it.
Yeah. I don't think they can actually use a proper ring for him anymore. They just need to saw the inside out of a fucking manhole cover at this point.
He get bracelets as well. And then I say, I turned and I says, "I'm waiting. I'm getting these toe rings."
King's feet. Well, there's a
royal toe ring.
Right. I'm sure many have kissed more than just the toe ring. On that note, Cocaine Bear, the trailer. Enjoy.
Such a good trailer.
All right, and do you know, a lot of times you watch a trailer and the movie doesn't do it justice. That's exactly That trailer is exactly what you're in store for when you watch Cocaine Bear.
I remember the first time my pal sent me, and I was watching it. I'm going, "This looks amazing." Like I could happily have watched that film with a guy in a bad bear suit and still loved it.
Actually, do you know
that could have made it even more fun? Do you know what I mean? I think we should probably get out of the way. I think all three of us enjoyed this. Aye,
loved it.
Loved. Oh, that's
I very much enjoyed it.
Excellent.
No, I did.
Excellent.
I loved it. I was screaming the whole way through it to the point people were turning around, looking at me, and my wife was going, "Why?"
Kevin, that happens to you when you watch anything. Honestly, they could do a special screening of Schindler's List. There's Kev at the back.
Rubbish.
Sitting there like fucking Al Pacino, Robert De Niro in Cape Fear. That's
I
you.
think I only laughed at one bit in Schindler's List.
Most people didn't laugh at any bits in
It's
Schindler's
the part
List.
where it's like, okay, I'm going to be generous here. I'm going to let you go. And the next scene, he's just lying there dead.
That's not funny.
It's like he changed his mind.
Let's get one wee thing out of the way first. I don't know if you've got a plan for this, Kevin. I know we tend to just do things kind of ad hoc and as we say
I have a plan. I always have a plan. I try to keep us on the...
Let's talk about the inspired by true events thing and get that out of the way. Did you two guys look into the true story of what actually happened here? Right,
Pablo Escobar. That's a great name.
That's what they should have called it, Escobar.
That's what they call the real bear. That's what they've got it called.
Pablo. It's been stuffed now, isn't it?
Aye, it's stuffed.
They've stuffed that bear because they found 70 G's of cocaine.
What did they stuff it with? The cocaine. So I think, this was a while ago that I looked into this, but I'm pretty sure that the kind of premise of the film was 100% right. Somebody had dumped the cocaine out of a plane and a bear had found this and ingested it, but I'm pretty sure it just died at the scene. I don't think that there was any carnage that ensued from it other than this poor bear.
What went on inside?
I think they found it deed in it basically every type of organ failure associated with cocaine. It had it. You know what I mean? So it obviously went out in a kind of blaze of glory.
What's funny is that they found this bear with cocaine over its face, and they're like, I think we should probably do an autopsy. Why? I think we know what's happened here. This bear's got raging in about that coke, and I think it's pretty safe to assume what's happened after that. But hey ho, it's all good fun.
This movie taught me one thing: if it's brown, lay down; if it's black, fight back. Right? That.
I don't think you can take that into all walks of life. I think it's maybe specific to bears, Kevin.
Yeah, most definitely. I think so. For me, like bear equals bad regardless. But it's nice to now know that if it's a black bear, I actually should punch it in the face.
Aye.
Make yourself look big. Is that what you have to do?
I happened to be with a dog once. I'll tell you a quick story. I was coming home one time back when I lived in a different street than I actually... Right, anyway, I was walking up the street and this dog came towering out of gear and chased me right up the hill, right? And I'm like, proper like, fucking hell, this dog's towering after me. I'm like, what the hell, man? It's no stopping. And I actually got raging while I was running, like, fucking right, go back, run away. But it was still on me. So I got raging. I turned around and I was like, fucking run then. I was ready to actually... I'm not running anymore. I'm raging. This thing's still after me. So I went to boot it in the face. The thing stopped the minute I turned around and went, "Come on then." Proper was like, nah, I'm having none of that. And I was ready for booting it. I was going to fight. I was ready to fight.
Do you know why it was chasing you?
Why?
Because of that bag of cocaine you had hanging out the back of your jeans.
Because that did get laughed at Schindler's List. You imagine like when you turn around and you're like, "Come on in," the dog's like, "Oh, I thought you were somebody else."
Sorry, mate. Thought you were Davey. Sorry.
Thought you were somebody else.
Well, I'll just walk away with my tail between my legs, right?
That's great funny. That's great funny. God, so
you're really unfortunate. You seem to get targeted by all types of species when you're just walking about. I'm sure you're going to show up one day with some story about a fucking crazy hedgehog that just targets you for no apparent reason.
There was one time a goat charged me, but I put my sister in the way.
There's me being shocked at that.
I just remember running and turning back, and my sister's holding the goat's horns, like, help, help! And this goat like trying to charge her, and she's got her hands on both of the horns.
We need to remind ourselves here that Kevin, you grew up in a normal town. You didn't grow up in fucking Middle Earth, but it sounds like you did.
No, well, the dog obviously was just a normal house dog, right? But see, the goat, that was like my gran and my auntie have horses. So we went to the stables, and next to it's a field with goats. And my auntie was like, Kev, go up and wind the goat up, right? Watch what happens. I'm like, all right, fine. My sister's there with me, just minding her own business. Next thing I sing charges. I'm like, fucking out here. Just had to outrun the sister. And she grabbed its horns, and it was proper try to go for that. I always remember that sight.
So,
help! Help!
So what we need now is cocaine goat.
Was that? I'm not gonna kind of. I don't want to go into spoilers, but was that no teased at the end, or was that sheep?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of mind. Anyway.
How bizarre that Elizabeth Banks decides to do something like this.
I mean, she's done a fair few comedies and stuff. She's obviously a decent kind of comic actress, but I wouldn't have expected this to be one of her goes at directing.
No.
I mean, how do you go for playing Rita Repulsa to directing Cocaine Bear?
I think she directed that Charlie's Angels that absolutely nobody watched.
Did they make a new Charlie's Angels?
There you go.
It was a gender swap. They were all fucking men.
No, she wouldn't do that. She would not do that.
No, she would not do that.
I used to really like Elizabeth Banks, and then I saw her take on the woke pish, and I thought, oh, but this movie has kind of brought me back a wee bit. Like, well, she probably would be fun to hang out with.
I think she's maybe found a good level. Go for daft animals ripping folk apart.
See, the thing is, I was kind of expecting this to be all hear me women roar and all that, but it really wasn't. It was fun.
The Park Ranger.
She was brilliant. See her death scene.
Right. We're jumping ahead here. Let's go through the film somewhat chronologically, shall we? Just for a wee change. Let's try and have a wee bit of structure here. So, what the opening scene, right? So you've got this guy who's obviously coked out his nut, flinging all this cocaine, all these bags off of a plane, right? Obviously with the intention that they will get picked up at a later date by some other cohort in this criminal organization. So, so it starts out. He's trying. He's running about. He's like, woo! He's off his nut. But then just as he goes to jump out the plane after it, he rattles his nut and knocks himself out. So it doesn't open his chute and just plummets to his death, which is really funny. And one problem that I have sometimes with films like this, I spoke briefly before we came on about the fact that I watched that Idris Elba film Beast about the lion that was coming after him and his family. And one problem is that I think with films like this, they take too much time to actually get into the action and to get into what the story is actually going to be about. It spends too much time on sentimental family pish that nobody actually gives half a toss about. Mm-hmm. This film doesn't at all, because it goes straight for the cocaine getting chucked out to this Norwegian couple or whatever the fuck just getting annihilated by this bear that's out its tits.
And the first time you saw the bear, and it was pure like hugging the tree, and you're like, that's funny. That was the turn. My daughter turned.
See you, mate. I'll fucking love you, tree.
I took my youngest, and just at that bit, she turned and went, "Dad, this is funny." And this is quite funny. She loved it too. There you go.
How'd you get a 13-year-old into a 15? Did you break the law, Matthew?
Have you seen Obi-Wan Kenobi with the jacket? He smuggled away in under the jacket, just like that.
Where did J-Mac go? J-Mac's disappeared. He's
it
back.
Could have just been bad management.
One of them.
Boom.
or bad parenting.
Parenting. Bad Parenting. That sounds like a borough. That sounds like a borough near Leamington Spa. It was weird. You're like, I live near Parenting.
Parenting. Red Paddington.
I'm pretty convinced Kev's Waynes were in the row in front of me when we watched it, so that's not too bad.
Probably were. What fuck do I know? Probably. No, I'm all for it. Like, we should. When you think back to our childhoods, I mean, this is kind of stuff we would have seen at what, 10, right? I mean, I think I'd seen every Van Damme fighting film by the time I was 10. So I don't think this is too much for a child of, say, 10 plus, I would say.
But I was on chatting last night with a kind of famous soon-to-be film director, and we were talking about kind of childhood, and as you say, grew up watching all these stuff, and he's like, the scariest thing for me as a kid was that mad robot woman in Superman 3. That terrified me.
That was pretty terrifying, though, looking back on it.
Oh, aye.
You know, with the spaghetti wires.
I was watching The Gate when I was like 6. I can always remember, you've been bad. Terrified me, man. But it was what it was all about.
So this is fine.
The pace of the film, I think, was one of the first things that made me go, okay, this might actually be all right. Because this film could have fallen foul of the old thing where the trailer's got all the best bits. It fucking doesn't. There's a lot more in this film than what's in the trailer. It's all right. It's a ride.
It's all right. When I first went in to watch it, I was like, right, it's either going to go one way or another. But as soon as it kind of started and the fella from Game of Thrones misses, like, was it her leg gets thrown out of the bush? I was like, here we fucking go, man.
Who'd have thought you could make bear attacks funny?
It was the fact that basically he fell and you think, right, he's getting it, and then the bear just jumped on her.
That's like, I've seen bear attacks in other films. I bit my lip there. I don't know if you noticed that. So the bear attack in the Revenant is absolutely brutal, not funny at all, unless Kevin was there. I'm assuming he was sitting in the back of the cinema, struggling not to piss himself. There was that film Annihilation with Natalie Portman. There's like this kind of mutated bear attack scene. It's fucking horrible. This film made it funny. It just made it funny.
Is it Blackwater or something? It's a bear, and it literally just tears a guy out of a tent and fucking mauls his eyes and everything. And I'm going,
well, one of the most terrifying bear attacks I ever seen on film was in a film called The Edge, which, I mean, I'm going back a bit here.
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins, Alec Baldwin, and Harold Perrineau.
Is that the one where Baldwin was pumping his wife?
His missus, and he was raging about it.
What? I mean, it was Elle Macpherson. You're no gonny, are you?
Yeah, no gonny.
And that scene in that film, still now, and I watched it probably about a year and a half ago. The last time I watched it, I was working night shift when I was working in care. So basically, my job was to stay awake for when the client woke up and lost his shit.
Like basically. A bear.
Mate, you're 100%. So I was watching that. There's any hope I had of getting back into that industry out the window.
No. For the record, you never ever told me that. I'm just assuming of my own accord.
Thank you very much. So that was the last time I watched this, and that scene of that bear attack is still pretty horrendous. And that was in 1997, I believe that film came out. Good film, by the way. If anybody watching hasn't seen it, watch it. It's a really good survival movie. Or some characters, it's a very good fucking deed movie. But it's good. This is, again, cocaine bear, different kettle of fish, different kettle of bears.
Most definitely. I found myself having so much fun all the way through it. And do you know what it likened me to? It's basically an old film. Matthew, I think you actually went and bought it after I recommended it to you. Bushwhacked with Daniel Stern. It kind of has an element of that, but with a mad bear that's killing folk. Would you agree?
We never actually get watched it. I put it on for 10 minutes and my Wayne just went, this is boring, and we had to switch it on.
Oh, no. Get it watched.
I've never seen this film. What's Bushwhacked?
Bushwhacked. It's Daniel Stern. He basically is like a bad guy and he heads off.
Who's Daniel Stern again?
Marvin, is it Harry?
I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, mate.
I know.
It's basically he heads up into the woods because he's just stole something, and so does the camp leader with all his camp guys, and they get mixed up. So the camp leader,
hey guys,
aye, pretty much that guy, right? But they get mixed up, and Daniel Stern's now like, oh, okay, I best act like I'm the camp guy, yeah. And a lot of stuff's going on. You actually start to like Daniel Stern, even though he's a criminal. And the kids start to form a bond with him, but a lot of crazy shit happens up in the woods and all that. It's fucking brilliant. It's like Ernest, but a bit more serious.
There was
wait, it's like Ernest, but a bit more serious. I never thought I'd hear the word earnest and serious in the same.
A bit more serious. Not too serious, like that.
Jesus.
I love Ernest movies.
There was a bit in the film that reminded me of my other favourite bear movie. See the late great John Candy. See The Great Outdoors.
Oh.
I saw that for the first time maybe 6 months ago.
It's when the door's basically in and it's pure jump on him, and then that bit's kind of copied in this film.
Pretty much beat for beat or bear for bear.
I love that film. I love that film. See when they basically shot the hair off his arse. That was the funniest.
The Great Outdoors. Get it now on all streaming platforms.
Anyways,
see the counsellor lady and the cocaine bear. Her name's Margot Martindale, right? I feel like I've seen her in loads of stuff, but
the counsellor.
Aye, the wee woman. Ranger, the Ranger Liz.
All right, that's a different job.
Are they counsellor?
A counsellor is like a therapist.
No, always.
A ranger looks after like areas of natural beauty.
Same
with wildlife.
Mate. Same thing.
Okay.
She was in DuckTales. Maybe that's what I've heard of, but I feel like I've seen her in a lot of stuff. But...
I remember seeing her in Dexter. I think I've seen her in Dexter, and there was a whole thing about her and key lime pie, which is like a lime cheesecake.
I'm sure you're right. Right, the wee lassie. She's always there, eh? She's always there, and Dexter brings her pie and doesn't notice that he's murdering everybody.
Give 2 seconds. I'll be back in a minute.
No worries.
No worries, man. Oh no, she's been in everything, mate. The more I look down her thingy, she's been in absolutely everything. But listen to what's going on in Matthew Man's house. Listen.
That's so funny. I like how I just put my ear to a camera.
I think he's getting in trouble. Getting in trouble.
Nah.
Getting in trouble. We'll wait till he comes back. We'll find it, right?
Should we just sit here and stare till he comes back?
Aye. Hey, O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s in this as well, which is nice to see him.
Aye. See, his dad did Anaconda. He did Cocaine Bear. You've got to respect that we like. You know? Got to respect that we like. Anaconda was pish, by the way.
I liked it. Owen Wilson gets like proper strangled in it though. They need.
I mean, it's about time, to be fair. See when he's like, ow. You just stole my joke, you prick. I'm doing animation. I'm animating and everything. I'm like, wow.
Sorry. I had to. My Wayne was wanting to go to sleep, and she wouldn't go to sleep unless I said night.
I thought your missus. J-Mac said your missus came in to chin you. J-Mac was like, I bet his missus is
100% exactly how that happened, and nothing to do with Kevin.
Then we had to stop, and we both just stopped like this and tried to listen to you getting shouted at, but nobody was getting shouted at. So he was talking shit.
It was just, she's like, she just wants to say 980, and I was like, all right, I can't say no.
Could you imagine? No, of course. Hey, could you imagine? Your missus came in, right, and the whole podcast, and we're just like, we just stopped, and all you can hear is you getting screamed at in the back. I'd actually fucking bark.
That's the type of thing that could finally make this podcast go viral.
See what? All you hear is you're getting slapped in the background. We're like, oh. That'd be funny.
It's like either Matthew Min's getting abused or there's a bear in his house. We don't know.
Well. What did I miss?
That would have been funny.
All you missed was us making the link between O'Shea Jackson Jr. doing Cocaine Bear and his dad doing Anaconda.
You can tell a mile away that he's Ice Cube's boy.
Oh,
aye.
do you know what? Specifically when he's angry. See, when he's doing an angry face, it's ridiculous how much the two of them look alike.
Exact same way, I know. Just the way he was kind of chucking the guys a bit.
See, when I first, that's true. See, when I first seen Straight Outta Compton, I was like, wow, they really got somebody to look like Ice Cube. Wow.
You're looking at it going, O'Shea Jackson Jr. Nah, his name isn't Cube Jr. It can't be him. So his mum and dad didn't look at Mr. and Mrs. Cube, didn't look at the wee baby and go, let's call him Ice.
Mr. and Mrs. Cube. There's a Photoshop in there, eh?
Oh, I know.
No, I know. I know. I thought, and by the way, on his own right, I think he is a good actor. I think he's decent. Like I think he'd be great in it. I see the same way that Ice Cube is good in family movies. I think he would be good, just as good in family movies.
Who'd have thought Ice Cube would have started doing family films?
Ice Cube is
and
phenomenal.
He was great.
See the scene. Is it 21 Jump Street, or is it the second one when he finds out that he's been banging his daughter, and he's just got the Ice Cube face staring at him, and he goes into the buffet and he's in pure rage mode. That's funny, then.
Aye. The 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street are excellent comedies. Excellent.
Most definitely.
So anyway, let's stop talking about this boy's dad and get back to this film.
I mean, he's not quite ready to get out of the shadow yet if we can't talk about him without talking about his dad. Also, by the way, one thing would be remiss not to say that the man himself, this was his final movie.
I know, and do you know what? I don't think he'd be annoyed with that.
Nah,
no. I really don't. There are certain actors where if this was their last film, they'd be looking down, going, "Oh fuck, can't I believe that was what I left? I did fucking Goodfellas, and I ended up in Cocaine Bear." Another actor might have said that. No, him. I think he would have had fun with this. And how much did he look like a quality 80s villain?
Right, absolutely. That's what
this film. I wasn't actually expecting it because I didn't actually know this was essentially a period piece. I did not know that this was set. I didn't know this was set back in the 1980s. Mate, I can call it a period piece. I am essentially from that period. I'm from that period.
No, get away.
Mate, I never noticed it. It was when I started watching the film, then I got that Stranger Things style nostalgia coming in. I was like, this film is capturing all of that perfectly. We can thank Stranger Things for movies like this, by the way, because I think people have 100% tapped into 80s nostalgia because of Stranger Things, and the more films that come out like this, the better. It even had like a good synth, like really synthy score.
And by the way, can I just point something out? Super 8, Steven Spielberg's Super 8.
Done it. Do you know what? I took that off. That wasn't Steven Spielberg.
Was it not?
It was J.J. Abrams.
So it was. Sorry.
I'm
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Before it killed, is it Star Wars he destroyed?
Aye.
It was, but I think there was a lot of Spielbergian inspiration.
There was, mate. And I think they done it before Stranger Things, but they didn't get enough credit.
But it wasn't good enough. That's why I just never thought that. I never thought that film was good enough. To the point where, you never hear me talking about it, and it's the type of film that I should talk about, and I don't because I've got feel
I have the Steelcase Blu-ray.
Of course you do.
Have you got the one for Schindler's List as well?
No, I was wiping away my laugh. The laugh track.
Kim's like, I've actually got the steelbook made out of the spectacles of the Jews killed at Auschwitz. Fucking ha.
There's only one wee bit. I laughed a wee bit. I went,
Kevin, you've never once in your life went, I
haven't.
You've got two extremes, man. You're either or so I have no doubt that was definitely a moment.
It wasn't. I enjoyed Schindler's List.
Why would Tom is fucking Schindler's List?
because you said about me
I
having
know,
it
what
on
does it
DVD.
mean? Let's continue to talk about it. We did a deep dive on it for 3 hours.
What was that?
I mean, I was genuinely wondering what that was.
I'm gonna
Somebody
play
just
this.
drove a car into my house.
I'm gonna play it every time we stray off into the woods, regardless of who it is. Right? We're just gonna play
Not
it
a
and
bad
bring
idea.
us right back. It's called the Back on Track buzzer. Between that and the guy crying.
What's a woman?
It's actually a guy. Hi, man.
We get to.
I don't know where it came from. Like, so really, I'm quite happy that this was his final hurrah, because he was fun and he was a great bad guy. And like you say, he did look the part of an 80s bad guy. He was just kind of ruthless as well. That guy's on the top of the bus and he just gets shot through the heart. It's like, oh.
I was kind of gutted for that guy, to be fair.
I know, it was quite fun. Again, he reminds me of the cop in Jumanji, the original Jumanji. You know, the cop that's chasing them down? He reminds me of him.
It reminds me of the creepy teacher in Rick and Morty.
I didn't really watch that.
See, I've tried with Rick and Morty a good few times now, and I cannot get past the first episode.
There's a teacher in it who verges on paedophilia, and it's basically that's. I don't know. It might actually be him with his voice. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'll go.
I'll double check. His name's Asaya.
Asaya Cube.
Senior.
Anyways, I was reading. I think really, I don't even think I saw the film. I think he kind of died about a week after he went back to record some lines or something, and then I think they showed him what the bear looked like, and then a week later he was dead.
So that's the Crow scenario right there. No getting to see.
It's actually a wee bit. That leads on to a wee bit. Kind of not a bugbear, but the bear looked a bit shit, didn't it? You know, the CGI wasn't great for.
You know, it didn't bother me though.
I know, but that the reason it didn't bother me either is because of the type of film this was.
Aye.
This is Sharknado for bears, right? That's exactly.
No, I disagree. I disagree a wee bit.
Nah, right. Let's discuss it then, Kevin.
I would say it's a wee bit because, right, Sharknado, you've got fucking sharks remembering Tara Reid, right? They've got it's Jaws for the revenge type sharks, ones that actually are like, here, you fuck with my family, I'll come back for you, right? They're surviving in a there's just no realistic way that this could happen, right? Now I know what you're gonna say, right? But this did happen, right? And what we're doing is Cocaine Bear, right?
Which is a true story.
Right? Is the story a pal tells his other pal after hearing it from another pal, and it gets accentuated. That's what Cocaine Bear accentuated.
I didn't actually think the CGI was that bad, to be honest.
It wasn't terrible, but it was a bit 2012. You know, they could have done a lot better with the CGI for the bear. But
I'm disagreeing with you, mate.
No, but there's no point in doing it for a film like this, because
I would agree with you on that.
It kind of adds to the fun of it. The fact that this CGI is it's obvious CGI, but it's not bad. It's not bad CGI, but it's obvious CGI. Do you know what the difference? You know the difference I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, there are things that are CGI in movies that you cannot tell at all are CGI.
Nobody's going to go, wow, how did they get a bear to do that? And
it's like they trained a bear to take cocaine and enjoy it.
I've been seeing.
They got its wings hooked on cocaine as well. How the fuck did they do that?
I've been seeing some of the test footage popping up for Guardians 3 with the raccoons, and they look pretty spectacular, to be fair. But obviously there's a bit more money in that.
When does that come out?
It came out on last Wednesday.
It's out? Right, cool.
Yeah, previews started Wednesday, officially came out on Friday, and it's doing really well at box office.
That's good.
Now, so
that's good. I've never seen a Guardians film. Just saying.
Really? By the way, not to stray off, right? But the only one thing I'll say is Marvel's tired right? But Guardians is not. So if you stick to the
Right.
Guardian stuff, that's not tired. But the Marvel stuff is, and when they intertwine, you're like, the Guardian stuff kind of has its own wee place, and that's why it's doing well. It's smashed Ant-Man and all that. So
I switched Ant-Man half after about half an hour. I was like, this is shite.
you see,
The new one, that Quantumania
Aye.
thing. What you meant to say was I walked out of that after paying my £5 to see it.
Yeah.
Just keep me right, mate.
so I
It's a screener.
Oh, I'm such a dick. Such a dick.
we get tons of screeners here. They see
We do,
Cocaine Bear.
we do.
What would you liken Cocaine Bear to? If you had to say any film, right? It's like such and such. What would it be?
It's
for
like
me?
Winnie the Pooh, but without honey and more cocaine.
What would I don't know what I would say it would be like.
Bushwhacked, but with a bear.
I'm trying to think
And
back to
go-
all my animal kind of fringy films that I know.
Aye, let's list off a couple of great animal going to get you films.
A wee bit
The
like-
Mousetrap, Lee
The
Evans.
mousetrap was the animals weren't getting you. They were trying to get the mouse.
a wee bit like
Wow.
a wee bit
I didn't know
like
I could do that.
a wee bit like Cujo instead of rabies. It's cooked. Maybe.
Aye.
Cujo was good.
How funny would it be if they just got a St. Bernard on coke for that film?
That probably happened. Although I've seen the kind of photos of a guy in the suit. There's like a guy just dressed kicking about like it's like Chewbacca mixed with a dog.
Hey, but it goes to show, though, if you've got the right mix of puppetry or what would you call it, wardrobe mixed with CGI or whatever, it can work. It can work. I don't know. I think I compared it to. I've already made my comparison. It's a fun animals the bad guy film. It's like Jaws with a bear. Let's go with that. It's Jaws with a bear.
Jaws was far more serious. Jaws, Nate looks at Jaws and goes, "Ha!"
But it was still funny. But Kev, mind that bit where that Wayne went into the sea and got munched.
and the wee mum's like that. My boy.
That mum who was clearly 98 had a
know,
4-year-old boy.
I'm willing to bet that wee woman's still alive.
How funny would it be if she was?
Probably about 30-year-old, but just looked a hunter.
She really did look old.
Probably. Like Christopher Lloyd, he's always looked old, but he's now just old.
I think what we forget about Christopher Lloyd is the fact that he was made to look older than he was when he was doing the films that we know him most for.
True.
Do you know what I mean? Because we've always seen him Back to the Future style with that hair.
Dennis.
And
Alright.
You've seen Dennis.
I love Dennis.
Dennis
He
is.
was John Big Booty and Buckaroo Banzai.
I've never seen Buckaroo Banzai. I think it's one we need to visit.
It's shite. It's good shite though.
There is such a thing as good shite. That's a T-shirt.
His name was
was
it John Booty or something? John Big Booty.
Did he have an ass?
No, just daft. But it was good. Anyway, press your buzzer.
Antifreeze. I know Christopher Lloyd's class. I would not put it in the same alleyway as Jaws. I don't mind animal films where animals go batshit and try and kill you. It's good.
This one was a wee bit different in the fact that I wanted the bear to do it. I was on the bear's side.
Wait,
You know
you're
what I
not
mean?
on all the animals. I'm always wanting. Like, you ever seen Lake Placid? See that old lady that was like, "Come get him." I totally wanted to see
Mate,
her-
you just made the perfect comparison.
What?
You didn't even mean to do it. This is Lake Placid with a bear. That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is. You never even meant to do it, and that's what makes it that's more organic. That's perfect. I never realized how funny Lake Placid was until I seen it when I was a bit older. Like, I seen it when I was a kid, and I was like, "Fucking hell, this is like Jaws with a crocodile." Then I saw it when I was a bit older, and I was like, "Fucking hell, this is funny."
One of my just to go back even further off the track. One of my favourite bits.
Beep the horn. Beep the horn. Get the horn beep.
Brendan Gleeson's hilarious in it, and they're all having a party, and he storms in and he goes, "Hey!" and they all go, "Hey!" It's just funny then.
God dang,
sorry.
God dang.
Sorry.
The kill count is pretty good as well in this. I think most folk get done in.
Aye. I mean, I think I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I think one of the first guys to die is the the David Spade for Wish.
Aye.
Which is funny because I think David Spade himself is David Spade for Wish. I think he's one of these guys that originated in the Wish warehouse.
Can I just say, usually when you get these films, the Waynes, you're like, oh, just kill the Waynes. But I quite liked the wee boy that was in this.
Aye, he was quite sound.
Oh, he was good fun. That total bad influence that everybody knew as a kid, Kevin.
It's like, that's cocaine. Takes a house.
You
How much does it take?
I'm a bad
influence. I was like a tablespoon.
Kevin, I know you're a bad influence. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't fucking be here. You're clearly a bad influence.
Fair play, I'll give you that. Was it?
Oh,
can you spare £5 a month to help J-Mac, who's got it so shite? Oh, it's only a wee bit. I thought that went on forever. Oh well.
It doesn't matter.
Fair play.
This podcast will, regardless.
Hey, as well, like the kids actually they take coke. They just start eating it.
I'm going to make a wee assumption in that when they were making the film, they thought, listen, we better not give them actual cocaine.
It's Hollywood. How else did they get them?
It did kind of take me aback a wee bit. I was like, I'm sitting here watching two kids literally eating coke like they're doing the fucking cinnamon challenge. You know what I mean?
Well, the good thing about that though is it kind of has that element of Stand By Me. Like, of course, like realistically, if you're kids and you find something, by the way, I'm going to ask you both a question as adult males now, right? But this, I stumbled across this all the time. No sure if any of you did, and if any of you guys did, then for me it just validates that I wasn't the only one, right? But sometimes you'd be out a walk with your friend. Now this might have only been no, in fact, it's definitely only a 90s, 80s thing because times have changed, right? But I would walk to a park and then I'd go to the surrounding forest area, right? You and I grew up in the same place, J-Mac, so you should have, if you go out much. And you'd go into a wee bush area and you'd find lads mags. So, correct? You would find lad mags. And tubs of hair gel. I'm a kind of cheap-ass hair gel. Tell me I'm wrong.
The hair gel one's new on me, but I totally get it.
I used to find that shit all the time. Hair gel. Hair gel, which, by the way, cost about £1. It's the cheap, nasty stuff.
Oh, I know the stuff. I know it well.
Bright
I used
blue.
to use it very often. On my hair, by the way.
You used to go into these fucking woods. Because you're a bit older than me.
Of course I did. You know what's funny? The stuff that you could easily admit as an adult, you would never admit when you were at school. You ever had a wank in a bush? Aye.
Really?
Maybe they used the gel to laminate the pages.
What's that?
Maybe they used the gel to laminate the pages.
They used
that's what it was.
The pages were laminated, all right. What ones you could get through, like?
I've never seen a magazine with one page before.
How did this happen? We were talking about Wayne's taking cocaine.
Well, it was just the whole thing where it's like, well, as you stumble across stuff, you're always intrigued, right? So you would find whatever, and you would rummage through it, and you would, if it was something that you thought you could use, you would use it. So it turns out it wasn't hair gel I was rubbing in my after I found the magazine in the fucking gel. I'm only joking. But that's my point. I just wanted to know if anyone else ever experienced finding lads mags in bushes, because I used to find them all the time.
100%. What we never ever thought about back then, though, when we found them, is who was the guy that paid for them, and who left them there.
Correct. And why leave them there?
Was he filming it on his JVC handycam when it got found? Do you know? It's a funny one. That who was the guy that spent £1.80 on a porno, which is roughly what they cost when I was a kid. Not that I fucking looked into it, but aye, £1.80, and then he went and got his rocks off and left the remainder of the magazine. It was like a public service almost. He's like, right, I'm done with this. Well, I put it in the bin for recycling. Well, fuck, that's gone down to the woods. And there's something magical about that, and it doesn't happen anymore. You can't leave a USB drive full of porn in a fucking box.
Mate, nobody even uses USB drives anymore. You don't need to keep it.
Nobody uses USB drives anymore.
No for porn.
Oh, I will. Aye.
Matthew Man's like that. Okay, Matt. Wait a minute. Matthew Man uses USB drive. He's a USB drive kind of guy. His missus is in earshot. Anyway, my point being that as children, you find stuff out and about, and you're more than likely going to be like, "What does this taste like?" I remember finding Calpol and going, "What fuck? That tastes all right." I think it was Calpol anyway. I remember doing that as a kid and just necking it, going, "Well, it was good for you, innit?"
Wait, did the guy that gave you the bottle, was he wearing like sunburst sunglasses and smoking a cigar? Or
come to think of it,
Calpol?
It was you. No, I found it. I found it in like an old bush bag that had been left in the woods. But this is my point.
You thought I'll just drink this?
This is my point. This is my point exactly. I think you hit the nail on the head here.
You know what? I'm going to go tomorrow and leave Gorilla Glue in a fucking bush. Some Wayne going home going, I don't know what the fuck. I didn't take the fucking head.
Cocaine gorilla. I think they hit the nail on the head. 80s kids going out finding stuff, not knowing what the fuck it is, really what to do with it, kind of think they know what they're doing, and then they use it anyway. Yeah, I thought that was class.
I thought the whole scene was hilarious though. Like that wee boy pretending that he was a regular at taking cocaine, and she's like, right, give me a knife. He's like, poof. She's, how do I take it? And he's like, you eat it. How much do you eat? Like, a tablespoon.
God,
Jesus, hang on. Can I just point out we're 50 minutes in? We're still only like a quarter of the way through the film.
But see if you eat cocaine, would that not affect you in any way?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it would.
Probably would, because you can eat weed and that'll affect you. But cocaine, probably. So those kids probably go to their tits.
To be honest, I think if you were to eat as much cocaine, like if those kids actually managed to swallow that much cocaine, they would probably have died. I'm assuming. Really? I would think so, man. That was a lot of cocaine.
But she spat out and she said it was disgusting. So that makes it all right.
It's a good anti-drugs message, this one. So if you get over drugs, take it, but spit it out.
How many Waynes have watched this film going, let's give the dog some gear?
I came where my dad keeps his stash.
They're looking at the back going, fucking hell, it's taking that dog a long time to do a shite tonight, and he seems to be climbing trees.
God.
So we kind of move on for that scene, and then we've got I think the next most pivotal scene would probably be in the Rangers cabin. Mm-hmm. Oh, we went black. Why did Kevin go black and white? There we go. Like pretending he doesn't know what's happening.
I thought the Ranger woman was brilliant. Oh, chase. We just discovered these DVDs and books aren't real. It's all green screen.
That's true. This whole time.
I thought the Park Ranger woman was brilliant. I thought she was hilarious.
Aye. Pretty much.
Just for a new button.
No, I've seen this before. This is not a new button. This is not a new button.
Hey, what was your favourite death scenes?
100%. Can I go first?
Go for it.
100% the Ranger.
Oh, mate, I was screaming.
I burst out laughing, like harder than I've laughed at any film for a long time. Like not harder than I've laughed in a long time, because I have burst out laughing at things in real life, things that you've said to me, Kevin, or even you, Craig, reading a message, whatever. But when that moment happened in the film, I fucking died
I was
laughing.
howling.
It was so dark and so nasty. And you know that if it actually happened to you, it's horrific. But watching it happen to somebody else was probably one of the most hilarious death scenes I've ever seen in a film. Now, that could have been done. I mean, it was slapstick. It was a slapstick death. And I'll fucking
slap
take that.
son. It was slap son.
I will take a death like that 1,000 times over a shot in the head. You know, I will take a slapstick death. I mean, it was fucking Three Stooges style. That's how slapstick. Fuck's sake. That's how slapstick this death scene was, and I took it on board for exactly what it was, and it was there to make us chuckle, and that was 100% my favorite death.
See, I love Bill Burr. Bill Burr tells a story about the guy on the skateboard, about a guy just flying down this hill on a skateboard about 1,000,000 miles an hour, and he's like, "Hey, I need to see what's going to happen here." And the guy jumps off and goes for like 1,000,000 miles an hour to try to walk, and he does this noise. He does this noise, and I was listening to it at work one day, and I was pissing myself laughing about the guy's face on the gravel, and he goes, and I was like, "That's that woman's face," and I went, "That's exactly it." That was just, aye.
It's good to know that we all have the same love for the same scene. Well, I play it. We can play it. I'll play it.
Can you play it?
Oh, why no? It's what, fair use, right? We get in trouble every time anyway. We're always getting banned, so it doesn't really make any difference. Just another bit to do. Just another bit to chop. Right, let's see if this works, lads. Can't access. No. Right. 1 second, sorry. It shall not best me.
All the best bits in the film involved her.
Yes,
she was class. Do you know, when I was watching it, I was thinking, "Oh, that's her for 2.5 Men," and I know it's not her, but she's got that same kind of vibe about her. But see about when she's walking about with the arse is ripped out her jeans, and you've got the bear claw slashes right through it, and you're like, "Oh man, that looks sad as fuck." But that whole scene's got a lot of the best deaths in the film. The accidental shooting is always good because Americans are really fucking good at accidental shootings. Let's just put that out there, because whether it's friendly fire or friendly fire, Americans are really good at shooting people they didn't mean to do. So,
They said they didn't mean it.
The whole kind of build up to the kind of the ambulance scene with the I don't know what you call it. I was about to call it a periscope, the wee doctor's thing, which goes bear. That was
periscope.
I don't know what you call it.
A stethoscope.
Can you guys hear this?
No.
Nope. And for anybody tuning in right now, my name is not Kevin, but it looks like it is.
Hold on.
See, that's the bit that reminded me of John Candy when it was bouncing on the door.
Aye. And by the way, that was probably a fucking real bear back then. Just get a soft bear in. They jump in the door. Be fine. I'll get a fish.
It's been an absolute pain in the. I don't know why it's not letting me. It's not letting me share this with you fine people. Can you hear it now?
The Pirate Bay not working.
Can you hear it now?
Just make your own noises.
Mildly.
Well, aye. So we'll maybe not even do the audio. We'll just.
In fact, let us do it. Let us do it. That'll be good fun.
Right. Okay. Right. So I'm going to be the guy in the white shirt. Okay.
Right.
I'll be the woman.
I'll be the woman. Right.
Okay. Which woman? The one that the park ranger or the other woman?
I'll be the. I'm going to go with the park ranger, because if I go with the other woman, I'm going to do something that's going to get me in big trouble.
Okay, Matthew, man, that's your character then, right? Any voice you want. Okay, so I'm this guy. Okay, I'm going to make him full screen. Here we go. Ready? I'll put one here. No! I was clickbaited. I was clickbaited. No. No.
Oh, Kevin.
No.
I'm not even
what
mad
an
at you. I'm just disappointed.
What an anticlimactic, man.
Well.
So that whole scene there is really fucking good fun.
That's the kind of main showpiece of the film. That was the best.
aye.
Like I think I was laughing for the start of that to the finish. You don't give a shit about the people in the ambulance at all.
Nah.
Like, see when the guy floats back and his horns, like you know what I mean?
Aye.
Yeah.
Yep. That's one thing I'd say about the whole film is that see when it cut back to the stuff about it was Keri Russell gone looking for her daughter and the wee boy. I actually couldn't give a fuck at that point. I was mere just on this, like you were saying, I was on the side of the bear. I was like, come on, bear, let's do some shit. And pardon me, that was accidental. I think the bear became its own character. I don't think it's ever going to be a ghost face or a Freddy Krueger. Nobody's going to go dressed up at the next Halloween party as a fucking bear. Do you know what I mean? But I think it did become its own thing and its own character. And then things happen later on in the film where you're thinking, fuck, they're actually giving this thing a backstory. They're giving this things to root for. You're like, what the fuck?
It looked great as well. Like even just like the scenes, the cliff, the waterfall, etc. That it reminds me of older movies where it would be climactic as hell, and you would end up on that.
Mate, I swear to God, as I was watching that, I was like, when the fuck did this film turn into Indiana Jones or the Goonies?
Yeah,
because that's what it felt like when it got to this end point. They're in these caves, and then there's a waterfall. Oh my God, throw in a fucking coin, make a wish.
You've kind of bypassed the whole kind of scene with the bandstand. Like that's probably the biggest laugh I had in the film. When the wee police guy meets them, and he's on the roof.
The bandstand, right? So the gazebo thing. Right, okay. I was like, what fucking bit was a bandstand?
It shoots Ice Cube's fingers off.
That's the bit I laughed.
And it was two fingers that weren't even next to each other. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. And the fact that they even brought it up in the film was even more amazing.
One of the
Harry shoot off those two fingers. They're not even next to each other.
That was my biggest laugh when I was watching it. That was that bit. And I think my daughter was like looking at me and I went, that's funny. She didn't laugh at that bit, but I pissed myself laughing. She almost died at the bit where the bear just fell on him, and they says it's a he, and he went, "How do you know it's a she?" Because its vagina's on my neck.
but that's why my neck's getting wrinkly. But see, there was a bit I meant to. I actually wrote this down. I wrote this down. I forgot to mention it because we got so caught up in just being a class podcast. I actually meant to mention the fact that like the ranger woman near the beginning, she was getting all kind of spruced up for this David Spade guy that was coming in, and he comes in and she's got this taxidermy beaver sitting at the side, and he goes, oh, I see you got a bit of a dusty beaver there. And she goes, yeah, I'm working on it.
My wee kind of got excited when she realised who he was. He's in that Modern Family. He's one of
I've never seen that. I was going to say, we don't watch that like me and Kev are a fucking couple.
we don't. That's not our thing.
I think that's one of her favourite shows. They see the kind of gay couple. He's one of them. They're probably the two funniest ones in the show.
And he's gay in real life. That's right.
I did not know that. No,
that moustache, fucking right is, Kevin.
I thought he was quite funny in it. To be fair.
It was good. See the way he fell out that fucking tree. Harold.
Just boom.
There was no physics took place in that shot. That was just to make us laugh.
Snap. It was
It was
great
like,
class.
did you ever play Lemmings back in the day and just let them all fall off something high? That was exactly that.
Unbelievable. I actually, it ranks for me, this one. It's one I'll always kind of, you put something on, you just want to laugh. You're with your mates, having a couple of beers, chuck something on, get a good wee laugh. I think for me, it'll always be one of those wee ones. I actually really, really enjoyed it. I'm glad it's a thing, and I welcome many more films like this. What about yourselves?
It is one of the few films that I've watched recently where I think, you know what, I'm going to watch that again and again and again. I will, because it is such good fun and it knows what it is. It's not trying to win any fucking Oscars. It's just there to entertain, which is, by the way, what films are for. That's what they're for. If you set out to make a film that's just to win Oscars, then you're probably going to make some pretentious piece of artistic crap nowadays. If you set out to make a film that's purely to entertain, this is the type of film it should be. And I will support these until the cows come home, or the bears.
And the kind of mix of all these Marvel superhero, like I love all these kind of stuff. I love kind of good creature feature, all these shark movies, all this stuff. I watch all these to death, but as soon as I seen the trailer, I was like, this is right up my street. And I'll always have the fact that, like, I took my daughter to see this, and the two of us had such a laugh at this.
You know what I mean? And you got a couple of posters as well. Is that going to?
I was going to bring them down. Kev's like, do you want a cocaine bear poster? It's the size of my house. It's massive.
It's true. But hey, if you ever meet any of the cast and crew, you could probably get that signed. It'd be pretty cool.
Aye.
Decent.
It was good. I always kind of like. I don't care for all these Rotten Tomatoes, and I don't care what anybody tells about a film. If I have fun watching some, I mean, I said at the start, I'd have watched this if it was a guy in a bear suit. I'd have probably still enjoyed it as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the Beaster Bunny. Fucking, that's one of my favourites. Did you
The
never
what?
watch Beaster Bunny? The Beaster Bunny.
I never watched that. I'll need to watch that.
Oh, the Beaster Bunny. Sorry.
Do you remember when the fucking thing showed up? Matthew, man, did you not watch the Beaster Bunny? Oh my
fuck, Matthew, man, that was right up. That was in the heyday of this trio.
Oh,
was the Beaster Bunny?
The Beaster Bunny, the actual fucking the bunny. The actual bunny, mate. Oh yeah, fucker.
Can I just say, by the way, again, I need to bring this up again, Craig. How fucking funny is it that you and me met for the first time on holiday in Lanzarote?
We were out in Glasgow the day, and we were kind of buying holiday clothes, and I was like, I bet Jim. I was like, where are you going on holiday this year? I still remember the message. Like, I've just heard you, and I went, I don't think it was me, mate, because I was in.
You're like, yeah, I'm in Lanzarote. I'm like, mate, so am I. And then, like, right, where are you? I'm in front of the bar. All right, and then he comes there. He's like, all right, mate.
Scary, yeah. Are you ready to see? You ready to see the creature? The Beaster Bunny. We watched this. We watched along this, mate. You need to watch it. Fucking hilarious. Here we go. Here's the killer in the Beaster Bunny.
That's not bad.
Oh no, Craig, it fucking is bad. It is bad. Those photographs are actually really fucking flattering. It is so bad, and there's so many boobs in it. So many boobs.
Oh, there's lots of boobs. Hey, it's like the first. You know how the Terminator walks when it's been through the flames in the first Terminator. That's how it walks. That's how it works.
I love all these things. That's right up my street. Watching all these movies. I think I was kind of born in the wrong era. See, like during the kind of 50s when they had the kind of B movies and the string and all that. That's my cup of tea.
Same subspecies.
I've not got the kind of time for. I can't be bored with all these new Marvel films and.
You can.
I watched them, but I don't think I've seen. I think the last Marvel film I watched was.
There's the guy. That's the fucking guy, man.
He's aye.
He is the guy.
I don't remember the last Marvel film I watched. I think I got about 2 minutes into Black Panther, and I went, nah, I'm not watching this.
No, I agree with you.
Raquel Welch, man.
Is that the Shawshank woman?
No, that's Raquel Welch.
You thinking of Rita Hayworth?
Uh-huh.
I think Matthew was thinking of Rita Hayworth.
It was, aye. But then, no, that was Raquel Welch. That was 1 million years BC, which I had recorded off the TV when I was a kid, and I fucking wore it out.
Like the whole kind of these kind of old films. Like I went to see Aliens in Bathgate, and it looked amazing on the screen. And it's like there's no CGI in that. The practical effects will still look amazing in another 50 years.
Yeah,
that was a good film.
I think Cocaine Bear, it did have a few moments of a guy in a bear suit. But
I'd love to think there was a guy in a bear suit in some of these scenes.
It was literally just like pause to the face when somebody was on the ground. And I'm pretty sure that's the only time that came in. The rest of it was CGI. And it wasn't great CGI, but it was good enough for this type of film. And I mean, I'll sing this. I'll sing this film's praises, man. It was really good fun. And then the end scene where it cuts back to a similar situation at the beginning when you've got that tourist couple on holiday filming the bears. Are like, oh my god, we are so lucky to have seen this. And then the bear and its two cubs look right into the camera, and then the one at the right hand side just goes like this. Like I was like, fucking beautiful, absolutely beautiful, man. It's literally just snorted a line. It was an absolute hoot of a film. It was a hoot.
It's just a good film. You don't get films like this very often that do well.
Especially with a good studio behind it, and someone like Elizabeth Banks,
fair play her, by the way. Fair play.
Definitely, definitely. Beans, I made a documentary called Cocaine Bear a few years ago. It took place over the course of one night in CC Bloom.
Oh man, Beans, that nearly made me pass out, mate. Well done. Well done. Love it. So
I think next week we should do a watch along. Who's up for an old? And I'm talking a fucking rotter movie. Something that's like
we still need to do The Room. Why have we not done the fucking Room yet?
I've do The Room. Samurai Cop. You need to watch that as well.
Well, we done 2 episodes on
Samurai Cop is how we met, Matthew Man.
That's didn't watch it. There's that one. I need to send you the trailer. I sent it to Kevin. Was it Ninja Commando or Commando Ninja? I can't remember.
Those are two fucking different things, right?
No.
You can't just smash them together and expect to make a film with it.
Well,
but somebody did.
Apparently, and it's like every 80s cliche, and I think there's like Predator Vision and all this.
Hey, wait a minute!
Hey, wait a minute!
I would honestly.
Hey, wait a minute!
I would go and see The Room in the cinema. They have all these screenings in America where people fling Fitbits about and chuck spoons at the screen.
They do it here as well. They do it in the GFT in Glasgow.
I would love to go and see it. It's just such a fun movie.
It's so fun but not fun, and so class but not class. It's basically a paradox in itself. Everything about it does not work but does.
I can't remember if I said this on I sent it on a group chat, but I would love them to make a movie like The Disaster Artist about Samurai Cop.
You know what I mean? Oh, that'd be amazing.
Their Beans will do it.
What is that? What is that T-shirt, by the way?
Flash.
Oh, it's Flash Gordon. It's Flash
I
Gordon.
said that when he first came on. I congratulate.
I know, but I only seen this. All I seen was a fucking. I seen eyebrows and a forehead. I was like, that could be anything.
Oh no! Come on,
Ming. That's only the greatest movie ever made.
Emperor Ming, the Emperor of Mongo. Maybe want to rethink that one.
The Emperor of Mongo.
The fucking
Right.
Syrian now.
Maybe we'll put it to a vote. We'll put it to a vote, right? We're gonna put 4, right? Beans, you put in the comments, right? Matthew, man, I'm taking The Room as your choice, yeah?
I sent you one the other day. Was it Land Shark? Or,
Right. So okay.
No. That's not my choice. I'll have a wee look.
I'll have a wee look. If we can all decide right now, then we can put it on a poll, right? And I'll give it a couple of days, and the winner on the poll is what
Do
we
you know
will
what?
watch
The
along.
room's
Room.
just just phenomenal movie to watch. It's
We
just
got The Room.
aye.
What else? J-Mac.
The fucking Room.
Can I put it down twice?
All right then. Schindler's List.
To watch along. Come on, just to see me go meh, meh. And I won't even date because I've seen
Mac and Me.
Mac and Me. Oh, that I.
But that's class though. Mate, Mac and Me's class. I'm wanting something rotten. Bean says Verotica.
Sounds like a drink.
Are you actually putting down Mac and Me?
I'm putting down Mac and Me. Fuck I.
Mac and Me. By the way,
That's a class movie though.
It's not though. When was the last time you watched it though? I swear to God though, if you watch it again though, it's fucking rotten.
see when you see the kind of grown up Macs or whatever they're called, they're terrifying.
They're in at the end.
And they get defeated by a fucking Hoover.
And a wee guy in a wheelchair.
I feel like I've got to do something for the sharks here. I've got to. I mean, Land Shark did look quite class, right?
I think they used the same puppet as they did in Ouija Shark.
Right. Land Shark is my Land Shark is my selection. And you know we've still got another.
Sorry.
You know what I was just going to say? You go. No,
you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
Oh, I hope Verotica is chosen now.
Oh, I need to Google this.
Aye. What were you going to say, Matthew?
I was just going to say that how good a year we're going to have, that we're getting Ouija Shark 2 and Velocipastor 2.
Oh, mate. I can't wait. I reached out to the guys at Velocipastor. I wanted to help them fund it. And they're like, yeah, let's get on the podcast. I'm like, right, this date. How do you do this cricket sound? So they never ever got back to me, but I hope they do. And you know, Birdemic, we done the first one of that, and they actually banned the episode from YouTube, our watch along episode of Birdemic, purely because of the timing with the pandemic.
There's three of them.
I know, but
they
won't ban the movie, but yet they ban our episode on it. And we never even said anything in it. We were just laughing our fucking heats off. But the thing is, with the second one, what if we try to do it and it just none happens? We'll get banned again. But we'll see what's what. That Verotica looks like class. I'd like to see that. But I'm going to put that out. I'm going to put it out to the community, and we'll see what happens. We'll get the community to select the movie they want us to watch. And we'll do it. Mac,
if it's not The Room, there's something wrong, because that's the greatest bad movie ever.
And you know what? I need you to, whichever one is chosen, I need you to literally turn all three of us into those characters, man. Can you imagine us as Mac and me? Oh, yes. Could you imagine that?
Kevin, will it take much work on you, Sam? You're nearly there.
I'll go the wee kid.
Did anybody notice the posters that you stuck on? I didn't think you were there.
No, I've not heard anybody saying it yet, but it's funny. I got an email. Today with somebody's booking. Right. I got an email today saying thank you for your order. Right. Like it says thank you for your order. Okay. And then I look at their order of what it is that they've bought. Right. Guardians of the Galaxy. I'll look even closer. I don't know if you can really see it for here, but it's me right there on their. It's my head. It's my fucking head.
I wish we could see it there because I know what it is. It's class.
That's just me on the fucking confirmation. That's quite classy.
Superb.
Banging.
Superb.
Anyway, lads,
So,
on that
guys, before we go, let's go for an out of 10. What would we give Cocaine Bear? I'll give it to you first, Matthew, man.
I'll happily watch this film again. I would probably get a solid 8.
note.
8 out of 10. Nice,
You got a
nice.
10.
What about yourself, Kev? Oh, what you giving it?
I give it a 10.
A 10 out of 10. Wow, that's
Aye,
brave. That's
No,
brave,
it's-
man.
I ticked all my boxes, man. I fucking loved it.
Sound. Well, for me, it's a solid 7.5 out of 10. So it did what it was supposed to do. It entertained. It kept us all engaged. It made us laugh.
Mhm.
Almost made me cry, by the way. I was gutted when they fucking thought the bear was dead. I was like, support, fucking, you actually root for the bear. You root for the bear at one point. And then they just pop it. Anyway, and it comes back. It's all right. It comes back in the end. Trust me. So I think we've got a solid, maybe, what, fucking 7.9 out of 10 or whatever on average. So that's pretty good for a film like this. So keep films like this coming. Keep them coming and keep us watching.
I think
And
this
we will
one did
always
quite
be there.
well. It did quite well at the box office, didn't it?
Yeah. It made its money back.
IMDb
Well,
score of 6. That's harsh.
It done well enough that we're getting Meth Gator.
That's right. Meth Gator, aye. Bean says Samurai Cop is the best. 100%
Totally.
agree. The Room is so bad, it's bad. Lol. Star Crash or The Humanoid are contenders.
Mate, Star Crash has got my beautiful, beautiful woman, my Caroline Monroe. She's in
You've
Star
kissed her.
Crash.
You've kissed her.
I gave her a wee kiss, and I'll always be proud of it, and at the same time, completely fucking mortified about it. So, thank you very much for bringing
Well,
that
it
up
wasn't as
again.
mortifying
and
as me telling her
reinitialising a childhood
jack
trauma.
Remember I said to her about you used to do things to yourself.
Aye, that was very professional and nice of you. Thank you, Kevin.
I was just trying to make her understand how much you liked her.
How much body weight I've lost because of her. You know, that's nice. A good few grams at.
Aye.
So yeah, I think that there's definitely some films to be added to the list there, and I had a fucking absolute hoot watching this, and keep bringing films like this to the table because it's phenomenal.
Films like this don't come to the cinema very often. So I think when they do, that's kind of well received. It's Zardoz. Is that the one with
Sean Connery?
Sean Connery in his pants?
Zardoz.
Zardoz, check out my fucking thong, by the way.
On that fucking note, man. What the fuck? Where did that come from?
Mate, Google Sean Connery Zardoz and you will know where that came from. All right.
You know it? It's like a t-shirt he's rolled up and just wrapped it around his boys and around his shoulders. And threw some bullets on it.
Well. Oh. Right, on that note, lads, I'm going to bid you till next week, and we're going to find out what we'll be watching, and it'll be class next Sunday. Matthew, man, you're good for that, yeah? Next Sunday,
as long as Sunday's perfect, yeah.
Perfect. We will do a watch along. Can't wait to see you all there. Watch along.
It's going to be the room. I'll need to bring my spoons.
Mate, we're proper going to go for this one. Proper going to go for it. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for everybody joining in. Thank you for listening on the archives, all that cool stuff. And hey, Matthew, as always, thanks for coming on. Always welcome, my friend. Beans, you need to get your ass in. In fact, Beans, come on with us next week. Do a watch along. That'd be quite class. But we will catch you guys. We will catch you guys on the flip side. Take it easy. Hit subscribe and all that cool shit. Bye.
Awkward.
Oh, fuck.
So it wasn't worth it.